Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Heartfelt Connections, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of relationships, emotions, and human connections. I'm your host Dennis, and today, we have a topic that resonates with many of us: when someone changes after the first date. We've all been there, that exhilarating feeling after a fantastic first date, followed by the confusion and disappointment when the person's behavior seems to change. What happened to that spark? Why the sudden shift in their attitude? To help us explore this intricate topic, we'll discuss the reasons behind this phenomenon and how we can navigate these changes with empathy and understanding. So, let's get started. Our story begins with the first date, a moment of excitement and anticipation. We often build expectations and idealized images of our potential partner before we meet them. But here's the first thing to remember. Expectations can be a double-edged sword. They can set us up for disappointment if they're too high or too specific. It's important to approach the first date with an open mind. Expectations versus reality. That's one of the most common reasons for a change in behavior after the first date. Expectations versus reality. One of the most common reasons for a change in behavior is the disconnect between the expectations people have before a date and the reality of the meeting. Sometimes, we build up an idealized image of the other person in our minds, and when they don't meet these unrealistic expectations, disappointment can set in. This disappointment may lead to a change in behavior as they grapple with their own feelings. Fear and insecurity. Meeting someone new can be nerve-wracking, and feelings of fear and insecurity can cause someone to behave differently than they initially intended. They might become more reserved or distant as they try to protect themselves from potential emotional vulnerability. External factors. Life is full of unpredictability, and external factors can play a significant role in changing someone's behavior. Personal issues, family matters, or work-related stress can take a toll on someone's emotional availability and, consequently, how they interact with others. Miscommunication. Sometimes, misunderstandings or miscommunication can arise during the initial date or in the early stages of getting to know someone. These misunderstandings might lead to confusion, frustration, or disappointment, prompting a change in behavior as they try to navigate these challenges. Self-reflection. After a first date, people often take time to reflect on their feelings and the potential of the relationship. This introspection can result in a change in behavior as they come to a better understanding of their own desires and expectations. Now that we've explored some of the reasons why someone might change towards you after a first date, let's discuss how we can respond to such situations. Open communication. The key to addressing any change in behavior is open and honest communication. Approach the person with kindness and understanding, and express your own feelings and concerns. Encourage them to share their thoughts and emotions as well. Give them space. If someone is going through a tough time or experiencing personal issues, it's essential to give them space and time to work through their challenges. Respect their boundaries and be patient. Self-reflection. Take some time to reflect on your own feelings and expectations. Consider whether the relationship is genuinely what you want and whether you're both compatible. Sometimes, a change in behavior can be an opportunity to reassess the connection. Respect their choices. Ultimately, it's essential to respect the other person's choices, even if those choices lead to a change in the relationship's dynamics. Not every connection will evolve into a deep and meaningful relationship, and that's okay. A change in someone's behavior after a first date can be challenging to navigate, but it's essential to approach the situation with empathy, patience, and open communication. Remember that both individuals involved are navigating their feelings and expectations. By understanding the possible reasons behind the change and responding with grace and maturity, we can foster healthier and more authentic connections in our lives. Here are some additional things to consider when addressing a change in someone's behavior after a first date. Emotional baggage. Sometimes, people carry emotional baggage from previous relationships into new ones. If they've been hurt or disappointed in the past, they might be more guarded or cautious initially. It's crucial to be patient and understanding of their need to protect themselves. Different timing. People progress in relationships at different paces. While you might feel a strong connection right after the first date, the other person might need more time to develop similar feelings. Be mindful of the fact that everyone moves at their own pace, and rushing or pressuring them can lead to a change in behavior. External opinions. Friends and family can have a significant influence on someone's perception of a potential partner. If they receive unsolicited advice or opinions that differ from their own, it might cause them to reassess the relationship and, in some cases, change their behavior towards you. Personal growth. Sometimes, personal growth and self-discovery can lead to changes in behavior. If the person you met is on a journey of self-improvement or transformation, they might need time to align their newfound goals and values with the potential relationship. Unresolved issues. People may have unresolved issues from their past that resurface when they enter a new relationship. These issues can manifest in various ways, such as commitment issues or fear of intimacy. Recognizing and addressing these issues can be crucial for the relationship's future. Conflict resolution. How you handle conflicts and disagreements early in a relationship can significantly impact the dynamics. It's essential to approach disagreements with maturity, empathy, and a willingness to find common ground rather than allowing them to fester and lead to a change in behavior. Chemistry and compatibility. Sometimes, despite a good first date, people realize that they don't have the chemistry or compatibility they initially thought. This realization can lead to a change in behavior as they grapple with their own feelings and the prospect of continuing the relationship. Shared interests and values. As you get to know each other better, you might discover differences in your interests and values that weren't apparent on the first date. These differences can influence how someone behaves as they consider the long-term potential of the relationship. Change in relationships is natural, and it doesn't always have to be a negative thing. It can be an opportunity for growth, understanding, and discovering what truly matters to you. Remember that change is a natural part of any relationship's progression, and how you handle it can determine whether the connection grows or fades. That's all for today's episode of Heartfelt Connections. We hope this exploration of why someone might change after the first date and how to respond has provided you with valuable insights into the world of relationships. Remember, relationships can be complex, but they're also a beautiful journey of self-discovery and connection. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to sharing more heartfelt stories and discussions in the future. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to our podcast and leave us a review. Your feedback helps us continue to bring you content that matters. Stay connected, stay empathetic, and until next time, take care. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Heartfelt Connections.